I had no clue. I met a girl in Club Atlanta one time, and she was like, "I got a party, in St. Pete, and you dance, right?" I said, "Yeah, I dance." She was like, "Okay, they're gonna pay us $300." Let me tell you about this fuck nigga. We get to the party, this nigga try to pay us with dildos and all kind of sex toys. Like we get in there, it's all kind of he got sex toys all over the bed. He got videos, all kind of shit. So we like, why is this man got all this shit in his room?
So he thought he was gonna have.
Yeah, he thought he was gonna pay us with this shit. Like that was gonna turn us on. He was like, "Oh, y'all can have anything in this room." All he was like, "I work at a sex shop, and y'all can have all this shit." I said, "No, no, 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 Playboy, where that money at? Like we ain't doing that without that money, honey." He was like, "I'm paying y'all with that." Who? I can't take this bullshit to the store. You better bring me that bread, homeboy. He ain't have that money right. Listen, I don't play with guns, but you will never know. I grabbed that motherfucking bag, put my hand in. I said, "You got 2.3 seconds to bring me that bag, or I'm going to just turn this whole household out." He thought I had a gun. I had no motherfucking gun. I just know how to pump fake. I bet I got us that money, though. I bet I got us that money. And the girls used to see that I wasn't afraid and that I stood up for what I believed in. So they followed my lead. Right. Like they followed me. And I was the blind leading the blind. They ain't even know it. I was the blind leading the blind. But let me tell y'all one thing about it. God look out for fools and babies. In my whole 20 years, because I danced for 20 years, off and on, my whole 20 years that I danced, he looked out for me. Like I only had one bad situation. And it even really wasn't that bad, and I was in St. Louis. It wasn't even that bad. But
so is that when you got married?
Oh, girl.
So
yeah. Yeah. I got married. I moved to St. Louis and stopped dancing. And my husband turned out to be a motherfucking dud. And
a dud? What you mean?
A loser. The fucking boy was a loser. Let me tell y'all something. Them up north niggas are totally different from our down south brothers. See, when I grew up, I knew about crack, coke, and weed. Heroin, I thought you shoot it in your veins. I didn't know you could snort it.
So he was addicted.
He was a heroin user, but up north in Missouri, they snort heroin. They don't shoot it. So I don't know the signs of a snorter. I just know the signs of a shooter. And I really don't know that because, you know, if you do heroin, you at the you know, you worse than crack. So I didn't know the signs of it. He played semi-pro ball. He ended up getting kicked off the team. I ended up marrying him before he got kicked off the team. But anyways, and I moved to Missouri with him. It didn't work out. It lasted for 6 months. But let me tell you something. I found the strip club up there. And guess what? I went in that bitch. I had $0, 0 cents. I didn't have any stripping clothes. I didn't have anything, nothing. I was homeless.
So y'all separated while you was there?
We separated. He was abusive.
And then
I was ashamed to tell my mom that I failed at something. So I wouldn't even call and let people know that I was struggling. So I was in Missouri with my 2 daughters, and I was trying to make the best of what I had. And me and my daughters was living from pillar to post. We was doing what we had, living in the car. Like I was homeless with my kids, like for real, to where Missouri got big ass bridges. And I was working in a factory one night, and I came home. I used to leave my daughters by themselves while I go to work. I came home, and the hotel that we was living in, the man told me I couldn't bring my kids. He was like, "Do you got kids?" I was like, "No, I don't have any kids." He was like, "Oh, because you can't have no kids living here." So I was like, "No, I don't got no kids." So when I went to work, I told my daughters, I said, "Listen," and they was little girls. I said, "You can't come out the room. You have to stay in the room till mommy get home. Child, my daughters came out the room and got some ice, and he called them. I pull in the parking lot, and he said, I should have called children and family on your ass and got your kids taken away from you. He said, but I'm going to give you the opportunity to get the fuck off my property. I didn't know what to do. I packed my kids up, and I told him, I said, since y'all don't want to listen, y'all want to be disobedient, I said, I'm finna kill y'all ass and me too, because we ain't got shit else to live for. So I'm driving on the bridge because I didn't know what else to do. I was just so fucked up that this shit, the marriage didn't work. I had nothing. So I said, I'm gonna kill me and my babies. And I was driving across the bridge to drive the car off the bridge. And God played a strip club commercial. And it said, come be one of the ladies of Soft Touch. And we don't close till the last motherfucker stops spending his money. I said, oh, that's my kind of party. Listen, my youngest baby was real smart, and her teacher took to her. I called her teacher. I said, listen, I ain't got nowhere to go, but I need somebody to watch my kids. She said, girl, I already knew you was homeless with them babies. Bring them to me. She said, don't you worry about them kids. I got them. She said, when you get yourself together, you come back and you get your babies. I said, thank you. I took my kids to her teacher, and I went back to that squirt club, and I went in there, and I told the guy, I went in there before they opened, and I told him, I said, listen, and I hadn't got a little thicker because I wasn't dancing. And I said, I don't got no money, I don't got no clothes, I don't got no dance shoes, I don't got nothing. I said, but I know how to dance. He said, listen, he gave me $100 out of his pocket. He said, it's a Frederica Hollywood up the street. He said, yeah, you go up there and you get your song. He said, you come back and you dance and you don't tell none of these hoes your motherfucking business. You get your money, you do what you gotta do. And I did that. And child, I stayed in Missouri for a whole 2 years. And I dated Chingy manager. And that's how I got my gold out of my mouth. Because he said, babe, I got too much money to you. I can go in your mouth. He took me to the dentist the next day after I met him and had that gold taken out of my mouth. Yeah.